Hey Choke Live community, what is going on? I know it's been a while, but we've been building our own space here, our own venue. This way we can host and bring in some of the most prestigious athletes that are currently competing. And today we have a very, very special guest, none other than currently known as the BJJ Lady GOAT. As per Gracie magazine, she is the most successful and credentialed female competitor out there. She currently has 9 IBJJF world titles, 5 Abu Dhabi world titles, an EBI Bantam champion, and also the 2017 ADCC champion. And we're rooting for her for 2019. Please help me welcome Beatriz Mesquita.
Hey.
Hi. Thank you.
How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. We're going down to the mat level. It's our sacred ground here. So, is this your first time in the tri-state area here in New Jersey?
Yeah, like I've never been like to this area. I stopped a few times in New York, like for my flights from Brazil. So I went out like to see the city a little bit, but never for long. So that's like my really like real first time over here.
Okay, all right. You're gonna do some exploring. You're gonna be in New York City. You're not gonna be here long.
Not that long. Like it's because like the DCC camp is going on, so I have like to keep tracking the training, like everything. So it's a lot of going on.
Stay disciplined. Stay disciplined.
Yeah, it's hard.
I see that this very morning you were working out.
Yeah, I had to.
Wow.
I'm like I still have to cut a little bit of weight, so I'm just like tracking that, like to keep my cardio in shape. And like it's like one of the longest like tournaments that they have at DCC, like the finals. In the last one I fought the finals like 17 minutes. So it's like you gotta be really ready for that. So I always like do like running and cardio and stuff, like to help the weight, to help the conditioning.
Pretty much all year round. Like, do you ever take you rest a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, usually I take like Sundays like half day off. So usually I work out in the morning, sometimes I do running, hot yoga, something like that. But no jiu-jitsu on Sundays, usually. So like I can have like more time off, like just to rest and get ready for Mondays.
Nice. I first came across you through a timeline through Instagram, and I think you made a highlight video, or someone made a highlight video with a Brazilian song. I'm not sure of the artist, but it was a song called like Cheguei, or Tô Chegando.
Cheguei.
and I didn't, this was I think in 2017.
Yeah.
And I first saw it and I was like, wow, this woman is fierce. And then I saw Gordon Ryan, he shouted you out too, not too long after that, saying, hey, we need to also recognize our lady female competitors.
Yeah, that was super cool.
That was you, right?
Yeah, it was like we fought at World's No Gi December last year, and we both like got double gold. So that like was right after the podium. We said, hey, congratulations, let's take a picture and blah blah blah. So then he posted that picture and I was like, oh, that's like so cool. Like he like recognize and like talk about like the girls, because sometimes a lot of people like not that forgot, but they give it so much effort for the guys, and like sometimes the ladies like get like 3 pages of the guys and half page of the girls.
Right, I was gonna ask you, do you think you're the most credentialed and successful female competitor ever? Do you think you get the recognition that you deserve? Or are you getting it now? Are you like getting a lot more fans now?
Yeah,
so
to be honest, yeah, exactly. Like to be honest, like right now it's like getting a lot better. Like it's growing fast. Like right now, like a lot of like I'm getting like about like 1K followers a week.
Wow.
So it's like it's being really nice. Like a lot of people, I think closer to tournaments, people look up more, like because I think they want to look like who is going to compete and things like that. So it's like it's when I more get my followers. But also like the mags, like Gracie Mag, Flow Grappling, all those like social.
They're starting to notice you.
The media like talk more about the athletes too. So I think that helps a lot. But I feel that like it's not just for the tournaments that like we do jiu-jitsu, you know, like we do like full-time job. So like why not like talk about that like in particular time, not just like when the tournament's coming, you know, like just like go at some gyms and like show the girls teaching and like the classes. I teach every week like at my gym. So like why not like to show that part too, like besides just of the tournament, you know.
So you teach every day and then you're also getting ready for tournaments at the same time?
Yeah, I teach like 3 times a week.
3 times a week?
Yeah, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturdays. I do have like no-gi classes and women's class. But I don't teach that much because I'm always traveling and competing, training for the tournaments. But I still have like my class like 3 times a week. I like to be there. I like to train with my students too. I like to be involved in like and like give inspiring for the kids that are there at the gym. So they see me there every day. So when they see me on the mat, they are so excited to be kind of like have the time like to be with me, to roll with me. So I think that's like kind of something good. Like so I enjoy that time to be there with them and like just share like a little bit of my knowledge and my experience.
Right. We recently put up a picture of you when you were like, I think like, I don't know, 7 years old. We put it on our Choke Lab story where you were, maybe, I don't know how old you were. Were you like 8 or something?
Yeah.
You started training at 5?
8 or 9, yeah, I started
Through
5.
your mom, right?
Yeah.
And then she got you into it. Not your father, your mom.
My mom.
Your father was like in the military?
Yes.
Right. So at a very young age, you started training and you're not even 30 yet.
No,
right?
28.
28. What is like your internal drive? What keeps you waking up, coming? You went to the gym this morning. You're teaching a seminar today. I saw you train the day before. Like, what is driving you to keep coming day after day, night after night? What is motivating you?
Like I was always like so competitive. Like this is something that's like I think it came with me. Like it's on my blood. So like I always like you look up like to the tournaments as I want to be the best, you know, like so, and I know like to be there.
But you are the best.
Yeah, so like to keep it there is harder than to be there, you know.
Okay, yeah.
So like I feel that like I have to give you everything that I have, like all my effort, all my time. Like I have to be dedicated 100% for what I want. So like jiu-jitsu teach me to be very determined, like with everything, not just like inside the mat, but in life. So everything I want to, I focus on that and I go like until I achieve it. So like I always say like sometimes it's harder to get to the top, but it's even harder to be there.
To stay there.
To stay there is even harder. Like everybody's looking up to you. Like who you wanna be? You wanna be the best. If you wanna be the best, who you have to beat the best. So is everybody like there? Like yeah, like we gotta like beat her. Like what is she doing? Like watch her videos, watch her positions. You know. So this doesn't happen. I have to always like be improving myself, like getting better, training more. Like so, I always focus on like giving everything, because if I get in the tournament and I see and I have inside of me like myself, oh no, I did everything I could. I'm ready to go there and like to do it. Nothing gonna stop me, you know. Like so, if I have 100% sure that I give everything I could, training, diet, focus. Like everything, like I left like my family in Brazil, like to live my dream, you know. So like I have to give everything I have to make sure I'm gonna get there and be ready, like to keep like in the top, you know.
How's that affected your social life? Are you still able to have like friends?
Yeah.
People.
Most jiu-jitsu friends. Huh?
Oh, mostly jiu-jitsu friends. I mean, that's great because you know you're a champion. So then, if I wanted to be a champion, or if I was or anything, I would surround myself around that person.
Yes.
Like I would be like, what is Beatrice doing? Beatrice, sorry.
It's okay.
What is she doing to accomplish that? Because that's who I want to become as well.
Yeah, and that's what like one of the most things that's like helped motivating me too, because I feel that like sometimes once the competitor life ends, what should I leave for people to see, you know? And I think like that my legacy gonna see that like how hard I work, what did I do, like what like I was doing during my competitor life, and then they're gonna look up to follow that, you know? So
who do you look up to?
Leticia, my coach.
That's your coach?
Yeah.
That's not the one you started with?
No. I started like very young, like in Brazil downtown. With his name is Alexandre from PH.
And she's also very accomplished, right?
Yeah, so Leticia started to train with her when I was around 12 years old, when I started to train at Gracie Muay Thai. And she was already world champion, black belt world champion. So nobody better to look up than her, you know?
Right.
So like it was just perfect, and so much lucky that I had her in my life. Because today is easier with the social medias, you know, Facebook, Instagram. So easy, just like go there, their stories, and you see what they're doing. But like back in time, like we didn't have that. So I was lucky to have her, and to just like to see what she does, to follow her, you know. So I've been like that like since my blue belt, since my first world title. I was training with her, like doing whatever she was doing, physical training, everything like she was doing, I was like just following her.
So from blue belt, that's when you decided that this was it. This was your life. This is what I want to pursue. This is my dream.
Pretty much, I would say that was like the beginning. Yeah. But like I was like my parents always support me a lot to compete since I was like yellow belt, and like all around Brazil, like they bring me everywhere, like every weekend, sometimes Saturday and Sunday, different tournaments. So I always loved that. But like I don't, so I grew up with jiu-jitsu. Like jiu-jitsu was my main thing. Like if I do bad in school, my mom say, oh, no jiu-jitsu today.
Oh, wow.
And that was like the end of the world for me. I said no, and then I was like doing everything so good.
Yeah.
So like because of that, like jiu-jitsu kind of like came common to my life. So I don't really know when like I decided, oh no, I won't do like I won't like be like a doctor or a lawyer. I just gonna do jiu-jitsu, you know.
Yeah.
But it was like just natural. But I think pretty much when I fought my first world title in California was like pretty much when I saw, yeah, I wanna leave. That was my first international trip, you know, like I went like all the way to the US, California, just to fight.
Yeah.
And like I see like new different world, like so different culture, like I learned another language to be there, you know. So I think that's something that like opened my eyes, that like, wow, how incredible this is, you know.
And it's because of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You became this person.
Yes.
You know, you traveled the world, and then you also found something in you didn't know.
Yeah.
Right? Like you didn't know you were probably capable of working out every single day.
Yeah, I know.
Going running.
My friends are, you didn't rate running? Why running every day? I said, I don't know. Looks like I like it now, you know.
Yeah, that's one thing that often that I did like local tournaments, and my instructor would always say, look, I don't care. I mean, it's great if you win, but I don't care if you win or lose. I want to know if you became that person. Did you do what you had to do? Did you go running? Did you put in the sparring time? You know, did you train either 5-6 times or every single day? You know, strength and conditioning. Because sometimes we forget that the goal isn't necessarily what you want to achieve. It's the person who you become to achieve it. You know, you're now this person, and that's why you're probably every day you're like, wow, like if you take a day off, you feel a little like wrong. Maybe you're like, I ate this cheesecake, or I'm a little fatter now. It's like, no, I gotta go run this off, or I gotta go train. True. You start to miss it. It becomes a part of you. Yeah. And it definitely changed you. So I think that's beautiful. I think that's great. What are any? Oh no, I wanted to ask you, what's the toughest tournament you ever done?
Oh my God, so many of them.
There's so many of them.
But like, I would say like my best time was when like I first achieved my first world title as black belt.
Okay.
That was my best timing. Like, wasn't like I don't know if the hardest tournament, but it was like the biggest like feeling that I had like of winning, you know. Right,
because now it's at the highest level of the belt, and you won that title.
Yeah, so like everybody look up to become a black belt.
Right.
Who does jiu-jitsu, like first thing you want like to be a black belt. It's like to get a degree in the school or like university, you know. And then like for me, that was a competitor. Like my main goal was like to be a world champion black belt, and I won like as blue, twice as purple. And then when I got my brown belt, it was women's brown and black together. So I lost first year. And then I got my black belt. I won all the other tournaments. But then I lost worlds again as black belt. And then was like 2-year consecutives, losing just like lost in like at worlds. And then I was like, oh my God, that's been so hard. Why? You know, like I was just like winning all the other tournaments. And then I get there at worlds. Then my main goal, and I lost. Yeah. So when I first, like in 2012, when I finally win, I was like, oh my God, that's like super cool. I like was able like to fight in the finals day, everybody looking up at their only one match, and like they call your name, like that feeling of everybody looking, watching your fight, you know, like was like some feeling like really different, like that I really, really enjoyed, and especially because I was waiting for that moment for so long, you know. And was this, and I think my first ADCC title, like in 2017, ADCC is like a tournament that has like a long history in my life. First time I wanna compete was 2011. They only have like in every 2 years, so it's like takes so long like to come up.
Right. So but it makes it more prestigious that way.
Yeah,
like
for
it
sure.
Makes it harder.
Harder and more excitement.
You know, the World Cup's only every 4 years.
So like 2011, I was like still like brown belt, and I was at first send my curriculum to try to get invitation, but it was there already so many like Brazilians. I think it was like 4 Brazilians on the bracket already. So they said, oh, unfortunately, like there is a lot of Brazilian. I feel like we've put it one more, it's gonna be only Brazilians on the bracket. So unfortunately this time, but we're looking up to you, maybe next time. And then like in 2013, they called me, but I just had an injury at work, so I had to do surgery right after. It was my only bad injury in jiu-jitsu. So I got surgery, so I had 6 months recover, so I wasn't going to be able to compete. So I said, I'm sorry, unfortunately, I can't compete. So 2 more years waiting. And then finally, 2015, I fought, and I had like a mistake on the fight. Like I didn't I wasn't paying attention to the rules. So I thought I was winning the fight until the end. And then when it finished, I was on arm bar and everything. I was fighting so good. I stand up celebrating, and then I look at the score and I was lose.
Wow.
And then like that was like, oh my god, and I felt so much ready. I felt like so good fighting, like I didn't got tired or anything. Like I felt great. So I think because like I was feeling so much ready for that, and then like it didn't happen, I was like so frustrated. So then finally 2017 I said, no, now it's my time, like nothing can stop me. So I submit all my 3 fights and I finally won. So I think as much as like hard work I give you like to achieve it, I think like best my feelings are, you know. So I think that's why these 2 tournaments were so much special and important to my career.
Now I see you get arm bars a lot. Like now I'm not sure, is that like your favorite move, or is it just one that you see visually? Like it's like, oh, I see it, so I go for it. Or do you actually like it? Because for me, like I see Kimura a lot, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Like I like choking people from the back, you know. Like when I achieve that, I get real happy.
Like, yeah.
But there's certain moves, maybe it's just me, that I think you just see it easier. Is that the same, or you love the armbar?
I love armbar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really like armbar. Like since I don't know, like maybe blue belt. Like I always play like a lot of close guard, so I always was doing a lot of armbars from close guard, and then it became like more natural when I start to play on top. Like so from the passing, from like even from half guard sometimes I get it. So like I think it pretty much like it's because because they like it, so I see it more, you know.
Yeah, right.
So I think like that's like a kind of a combination.
That's awesome. So what's next for you? What do you have in mind? Are you going to transition to MMA? Are you thinking? Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's like my next step right after DCC. I'm gonna focus on getting into MMA, like to train more, to get more focus, and to get ready to sign for a fight soon, to my debut. So I'm looking up to that. Like I'm training no gi already, so I think like it's kind of like halfway. Like so I just like gotta train more standing. I do a little bit Muay Thai, but nothing like to competition level. So right after DCC, I'm gonna focus on that, like to learn more striking and getting better on that, like close the distance, take them down, and
and just armbar.
Armbar.
Well, hopefully it all works out for you, and I hope to see you maybe, if not here in Madison Square Garden, then maybe in North Prudential, and we'll come support you for sure.
Sounds good.
Other than that, my last question for you is what do you want to leave with jiu-jitsu as far as like with the community? Like what's the impact you want to have on them, if you have one?
Like I feel like that my main goal is like show people that they can live their dream, especially like for the girls, like because I think this, like for myself, when I was younger, it was so hard to get sponsors or like things like that. A lot of people would say, my dad like was like, hey, my daughter, she's like so awesome in jiu-jitsu, she's a fighter, she's going to tournaments and things like that, and people would say, oh, but she's still so young, she's just a little girl, so I don't know, like it's hard like to like believe in somebody. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen, especially for girls. Maybe they're gonna grow up and they won't want to do that anymore. And so, like, I think today, I'm sure that if somebody, like, you want to live the dream of the sport, they can do it. No matter, like, there's no excuse. If you want to do something, you just gotta trust on your dreams and, like, fight for that, like, believe on that, focus on that, get determined, and, like, you're gonna be a successful person.
Awesome. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you so much.
Wish
Appreciate
you a lot
your
of luck.
time.
Guys, please root for her in the 2019 ADCC World Champ. We'll be there watching. Take care. Us.